And refresh the YouTube page to make sure that I can actually see my thing. I can, in fact, see my thing in the chat. Okay, so we should be live right now. Sweet. All right, guys. Finally, it took many days, but I think we figured everything out.
3,000 years.
It's been hell. Holy cow. But long story short, I could not get the gems to unlock the song, so I had to transfer my save file over to Leo so he could do it. He beat it in like 5 minutes, but the past 3 days we've been trying to transfer it back to my computer. It's been frustrating. But we finally got it to work.
Yes. And we've finished the sound scan as well, so all we have to do are the last two things for the door.
We got all the overworld gems. And we should meet all the requirements for the door besides the sound scan thing and the thingamajigger. Or no, we did the sound scan, but it unlocked something that I didn't do. Node flowchart. All the way here. Prologue. Enter. It was 79556. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to turn the volume back on. I had the volume off. I should turn it back on.
That's fine.
But yeah, we are only missing one thing on this door, and it's a meteor, it looks like.
Technically missing two because you never played Stargazers, but I guess you only have to unlock it.
Oh, you only have to unlock it? I didn't know that.
You're playing it anyway, because we worked way too hard to unlock this song in order for you to not play it.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's turn this volume back on. There we go. So we're gonna do between space and do this song. Save. I know that doesn't save anything, but it's comforting.
It saves everything in my heart.
Stargazers.
Alright.
Opening.
Level 8. Is autoplay still on?
It is.
Yes, it is.
I'm still not entirely sure if it's JK or L semicolon anymore, because this went through so many updates and changes.
The default. Yeah. We didn't record the first time we played through episode 1, but I believe I had you change it because I recommended it, and you said it felt weird. And it wasn't relevant until a couple days ago when we had to restart the game 8,266 times in order to try to load the save file.
To my knowledge, it was always L and semicolon. I have never seen the JK prompt until yesterday when we got that update thing. So I thought it was an update thing for the game rather than a setting thing. Because I've never seen JK as an option.
I don't remember, because I think when the 5.0 update came out, it changed to JK for me, but before that, the default was L and semicolon, and I said, no, I'm going back to that.
It was always L and semicolon for me until yesterday. And I don't know if it
5.0 was May. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it is L and semicolon for me. because I've been doing autoplay for the past many hours, so I don't.
Regardless, PSA, everyone should change it to L and semicolon for the right two
Okay,
tracks because
it
it's
is
blatantly correct.
okay. It is JK for me for some reason.
That's cringe. We're gonna change it after this. I like this song. At least, well, it wasn't worth it. But
It
I
was
do like this
not.
song. I can't believe it. This game's accessibility is so good until it's not. Yeah. No, for reference, we tried literally everything. We tried remote streaming with Parsec. We did save file surgery by extracting game data and sending it across to my computer. And everything worked perfectly at first.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
And
say
then
perfectly,
transferring the
because,
data back to my computer is everything fell apart.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to figure out the I didn't know about the loading the backup in the settings. The very
Yeah.
nice people in the Hajimeli Discord helped me.
Thank you guys so
unfortunately,
much.
it
Holy
went.
cow. We could not have
Yeah.
done this without you
Same
and my cousin. Holy cow.
Yeah, he was the MVP today.
Yeah. My
And-
goodness.
Shout out to specifically Lexa for carrying us for the first 90% of it.
My goodness. This was rough.
Sorry that you can't stay for the finale, Air King, but you can always watch later.
Yeah. This stream is probably only going to be a few minutes anyway. We're just going to do the encore. I don't know how long the encore is, but I don't think it should be longer than 30. Am I wrong?
I don't remember. It's the
Oh,
short
okay.
answer.
Fair enough.
Technically, all of this has been the encore episode.
Yeah,
We just broke it in two because,
we kind of
you know,
skill issues.
to quote the lock-in, to quote the lock-in loading screen.
That
like
message
16,000
showed
times.
up so much. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's like they knew. I didn't get to see in Polymorphite Saturday we'll eat a raw egg and say poggers once.
Was that the last time?
No, there's one
Okay.
more. You might need to turn on autoplay for this, but I want to see if we can do it without it.
Okay.
It might not have a
So what's the next step?
go down. So we're finished with Stargazers. We did this.
Yeah.
It's done. You have to find a specific something, and spoiler alert, it's
what's-
literally right there.
What's this?
It's just because it's kind of a new save.
Oh. Oh, okay.
See, this is how things used to be, where
So
you can't just do things out of order. Do the sewers last.
Oh, is it the portal?
You see the ominous-
eyeball portal?
Yeah, the Ominous portal. Yeah.
5 HP per miss plus 100 HP per song. Oh no.
Yeah. So I assume that we're
Please
gonna
let
turn on,
autoplay work for this.
I am almost entirely certain that autoplay works.
Better.
Yeah. So decryption style is set to showdown. So go turn on autoplay.
I'm giving it a shot, but I'm
You did end up improving quite a bit. You were able to get most of the gems yourself.
I was able to get like maybe 10 out of the, what was it, 25 that we needed? 23, I think.
We needed 23 and you got 13.
Yeah.
See, look at you. Look at you go. This is a difficulty 9, I think. The screen is blurry. How about the 4? That's still not bad. Once again, you're not a rhythm game player. I'm not
I
holding
am
it against you.
not in the slightest whatsoever.
You could be. You got gusto, kid.
To be fair, you play the piano, so you have a bit more experience in quick finger work and this kind of thing.
That is true.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
E.
Not to worry.
That's my first E.
That is not your first E.
It is my first E, I think.
At the very least, you got one on first breath.
Well, because I'm bypass mode, right? I don't know.
No, because it didn't work for that, remember? We had to turn on autoplay.
I don't remember what specific song names, but yeah.
First breath is the first thing that was like a worrying moment, like, oh, this didn't turn off the boss gauge.
Oh wait, we have priorities.
You still... No, you do have enough. It's only 100, not 1,000.
In space.
Okay, but yeah. I am like 85% sure that autoplay works.
It works!
Yeah, see? We round up here. Because when I was talking with people about how to fix the issue, they were like, well, autoplay works for this, so shouldn't it work for Stargazers? And I'm
Yeah,
like, no,
I
we
was
just
just
unlock
about to bring that up.
The problem wasn't... yeah, the problem wasn't Stargazer. The problem was unlocking Stargazer.
Yeah.
In hindsight, for anyone watching us playing this and saying, oh, I want to play through this game and I just want to read the story, and, you know, I'm not good at rhythm games, I don't like them, I don't want to play the rhythm games.
Do not spend
unlock
gems
the
on
song in
songs.
between plays.
Do not
You can
spend
do
your
that
gems.
later after you unlock everything else.
If you want to do the encore, specifically.
You can unlock the logs, but you should, and you can unlock most of the songs, but just wait.
Yeah. Make sure you have at least 50.
I'm excited to see this totally awesome fan art project. Honestly, I might end up doing some art for this game. I'm not a great artist, but I have passion.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. I missed this laggy mess of a Discord stream.
It's pretty slow on my end, too.
Yeah, but I'm watching the stream
Oh,
on
okay.
my phone, and I'm watching the Discord stream on my computer, and it's just...
Gotcha.
It's bad, man. It's not any worse than it has been for the rest of the streams.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why Discord is worse at this? I thought it would be like I thought it would be better. Eh?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the answer is because the YouTube stream is using OBS, which is just recording your computer, while this is trying to stream directly to me without going through OBS. And like, there's a delay on the YouTube stream because it's taking time to like process it, make it look a little nice, but it's not doing that for Discord.
Gotcha.
There's only like less than a second of delay on Discord, and the cost is lower resolution, a bit laggy.
That makes sense. When the Dragon Falls.
Yeah, I don't know if you listened to any of these songs when we were
I
just
was not.
through Soundscan. Yeah, these songs are all pretty good. I remember liking Starter's Wish.
I was watching Campaign 4 and Ruthlessness when we were um uh when I was grinding these songs, so I had the volume down and was just watching YouTube videos on a second monitor
Yep.
for Critical Role. But yeah. So I didn't get a
And
chance to listen to them.
And I was just trying to figure stuff out and grinding Soundscan while other people gave me ideas to try.
Yeah.
I've made some improvements. I full cleared Unraveling Stasis today. I full cleared the final boss on
Nice, nice.
Octa Stabula Plaudite. I got a really good score on a song I never played before. That was a difficulty 9.
Oh, cool.
It was Rafflesia, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, opening 9, and I got like 4,000 points off the max score.
Is there a way to I was gonna show some of the fan art in the thing, but I don't want to show like the chat messages and stuff. So I don't know if that's possible. I should probably just like do it on my second monitor and like zoom in on it and then transfer it over. Is that how it would work? I don't know.
I also don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I can test it out. Would you be okay with that, Air King? I don't want to share it if you don't want me to. Because hopefully we will be done with this game tonight. That's the goal.
Yeah.
I was just gonna...
There's some really good... Okay.
I was just gonna click the picture and then move the Discord app over to my first monitor where the stream is. I don't know if that's... if that's the most efficient way to do it, but that's how I was going to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just gonna say there was some really cool fan art of Dawn that got posted today in the Hajimili Discord.
Nice,
Because these people are way more talented than I will ever be. And that's okay. Because I have something that they'll never have in a couple weeks, which is failed law school exams.
3 out of 7, my goodness.
Oh, this is my song. I don't think we played this one on stream yet, but
It sounds
I'm a massive
familiar.
fan of Luxvenor, my bad. Well, you've definitely heard it.
Yeah.
I showed it to you, but I didn't think stream.
I don't
I'm talking
remember.
about the people who are watching. It's also got the least offensive gimmick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we did do this on stream. I remember commenting about how it was like Nordics and Vikings and Japan. Because I
Right.
don't...
I'm just saying I don't know if it was in the past, because it would have been in the past few days when we were actually doing the sound scan.
Yeah, I think I remember a moment where you said, "This is the song I just showed you off stream." I think. I could be wrong.
I'm willing to believe that. It's so good.
It's really beautiful.
All critical.
Synthesis.
This one's also good. I know a lot of people like this one. I'm not super familiar with it.
Are there any problems on your end, Leo?
What do you mean problems?
There's an error thing on my YouTube thing that says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain something.
The stream seems good.
Okay.
I mean, Discord is completely shot, but I don't really care about that until I have lines to read.
Yeah, that's fair. And by that point, there shouldn't be any moving parts on screen, so we should be safe.
Yeah.
I was... when my cousin was helping me early today, he was looking at the game on the menu and screen. We were trying to figure stuff out, and he really liked the art style, and it just made me think of how I wish there was a gallery in this game, and we could stop and see all the cool art from all the scenes. I just think that would be pretty cool.
Has your cousin watched any of the streams?
He's watched like maybe 5 minutes total because I brought up my audio problems with him for the first stream. So I was like, is this alright? And that's about it.
Yeah, you simply need to introduce him to the game like I introduced you.
Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah, I don't know. He seemed to be interested in it.
One of us! It's free. And that's a great price. We have to convert people to the cause. Yeah. So I know you weren't paying a whole lot of attention during the sound scan because we were just trying to... we had bigger fish to fry with stargazers and the save file and stuff.
Very true.
Basically, this is a boss rush of all 6 of the songs that you did in that sound scan.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can beat all 6 of them, then you can play the final song. And if you can beat that song, you unlock it, and that's the final thing on the door.
Is there a reason why I have to unlock those songs through SoundScan, but I can't unlock that song through SoundScan?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because I believe those songs were created for a tournament specifically. I believe the tournament was Sunrise Showdown.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of every tournament, they introduce a new song. basically, and that song's like super hard. And they have the whoever won the tournament play through it, or maybe it's like the finals of the tournament.
It's pretty cool.
So Encore Ensemble is another sound scan that it operates on the same thing. You have to beat that and then beat Course Mode to unlock the actual hardest song. And then there's a tournament going on right now, so I assume there'll be another super hard song they add, maybe another sound scan.
Few more.
Alright.
Surtur's Wish.
I remember liking this one. All right.
Last
Just
song.
one song left.
Apocalypse Call.
This song is really cool.
Oh, I like it already.
Yep. Yeah, this song is a difficulty 10 on opening. I believe it was the first 18. On Encore difficulty that was ever added.
Please.
I think there's only one other 18, but I could be wrong. Or one other 18 plus, maybe. That's a song I really want to unlock, but I never will.
Which one?
It's called Scarlet Death.
Hmm.
It's another Lexicat song, which is, she makes good music.
What's stopping you from unlocking it?
The Encore Ensemble sound skin and all of Course Mode. I can barely beat Course 1. It is, very hard. I don't think most people have it unlocked. It's no good. And
I
that
really like
should
that.
be it.
I really like that one. So,
Right. I think we can back out now. No, you would just be doing the whole thing again. I don't think that's necessary.
oh, okay, good.
So, go to settings after this and turn off autoplay.
I
Alright. Are we going to show off the fan art before we start this?
yeah, we can. It's only a couple pieces.
That is more than I was expecting. I heard there was only one. That's awesome.
I sent them to you, right?
Nope.
It was.
If they were up on stream, I missed them.
No, I sent them to you privately.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
On Discord?
no. Like a couple days ago, I sent at least two of them to you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
thought
that
this was new stuff that hadn't been shown off before.
it hasn't been shown off on stream yet.
Okay, well, let her rip.
Let's see. There is I think I showed them. I think I showed three of them to you. And then there's a
Yeah, I saw
couple
3.
more. Uh, this is the first one. It was making me laugh. Just Paunchy in a cowboy hat. Oh, Ari, it's high noon, and it just made me laugh. Let's see. There was
Incredible.
this one. It's one of my favorite shows. BoJack Horseman is just, what are you doing here? And it just made me laugh.
I did not get this reference until I was sent various clips, but it is very funny.
There's this meme of just, my job here is done. Code me, you did nothing to help us, and then her leaving. It just made me laugh as well.
Now I'm blind. So anything after this?
Yeah. This one, haha, I work with people's taxes.
I don't get this one. Is this a reference? Or is it just funny?
Not entirely sure. I didn't want to say it, though.
It's funny by itself anyway.
It is. It is. And then there is a whole thing here that seems to be a fan fiction of Saturday and Allison going on a lunch date together. I'm not sure how long this is, but
have you Air King, have you been talking about that in the Hajimeli Discord? Because someone was talking about a Fat Alley fic, but I don't know if that was you.
this might be a little too long to do on stream. We don't have too much time tonight. But I will definitely read over this privately. Thank you so much.
What, the fan fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah. I may do the same.
Alright. Oh,
and
wait.
No, we will not be.
Wait. Hold on. I found some. Oh, this is. Oh, I hate you. Okay. This is. No, never mind. We're watching this. We're reading this. Go away.
I refuse.
Go away, Gemini. Okay. I hate you. So
I just realized this is a slideshow, by the way.
Yeah, it's Saturday and Allison's super awesome lunch date. I am not sorry for this. Enter if you dare. I will apologize for any spelling and grammar error. My English is my language. I just suck at it. Oh, and sorry if stuff doesn't make fully sense. I did get a bit lazy, and I'll fix it next time. Since we are getting near the end of this crazy adventure, yep, that's why I said we're reading it. I'm like, oh boy. I wanted to take Allison somewhere nice. Since we, I guess this is you.
I just like that the first word is misspelled. It's secret area layer 0. Why is this? It's so hard to read. Why is the text white? Why would you do this?
Okay, I'll read it then. Since we are getting near the end of this crazy
we'll do
adventure,
a bonus stream for this. How about that?
but for anyone who doesn't understand, it's just steamed hams. But
Yes.
Saturday and Allison, it's really cute. So we may do a separate stream. We may do this off stream, but this is the general gist of what it was, and I just thought that was really cute. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
And that's the last of it. Oh boy.
That is wonderful. Look, if I was watching off the YouTube stream, maybe I could do it, but watching on the like super saturated, blurry Discord stream with the white text on the White House background with the misspelling, I think I might have a stroke, and I do have finals to take, so I need my eyes.
That makes sense. Yeah, it based off what you've told me, it sounds
don't
a bit
apologize.
rough.
You said you will not apologize, and you said you will not apologize. In
Yeah, don't go back on your
second
promise.
slide.
Don't go back on your
apologize.
promise. How dare you?
Yeah, stop.
Don't you dare. Yeah, let's do the encore then.
Let's finish the epilogue.
My code was 7.
I'm going to the restroom right now, actually, just so I can go through all of this dialogue.
All
Be
right,
right back.
sounds good. And I will go fill up my water bottle. I am back.
All right, I'm back.
Sweet, welcome back. I got back as well.
Nice.
I
think I basically just gave Mary storyteller's voice.
You didn't voice Ari, right?
No, Miri.
Miri.
From the beginning of Encore.
Okay. I don't think I know who that is. I probably do, and I don't remember.
She was the person telling the story when we first went backstage.
That's right.
About
okay.
being raised by the cultists and having an interest in science and yeah.
I remember her now.
Quick, move your mouse. Oh, that's valid. I wish that you had moved it somewhere else on the screen that was still blocking. That would have been passive aggressive. Welcome to what resides after the end. Thank you for coming this far. I know it wasn't easy. I'm ready to move on to what follows after all this, be it death or eternity.
She's really pretty. I really like her design.
Yeah. But before I do, I feel indebted to you, so I will allow you to ask me about certain things if you would like. I understand that all of this may have been confusing for you. Oh, you have no idea, lady. You do not reside in our universe of universes. Your reality is governed by different rules. So, feel free to ask me about whatever you would like. Just never click end until you exhaust all the dialogue.
Aye.
Myself. I suppose that's understandable, given what you likely heard right before coming here. Fair enough, then. Well, as I mentioned before, I am Miri Karasu. I have also been designated as, or Observer 1. I am a chemical scientist and engineer, and was one of division leads for Yoko Itai's polymorphic void transistor project. I have also been the one watching over the complete story of Vivid Stasis that you have been following, as well as intervening in certain moments to assist without the characters knowing.
What?
I don't know.
Oh.
Right. Oh, yeah, because we don't have a name because everything's all screwy. So just imagine that's Wick, I guess. Ah, right. I did use that name. It's your name, is it not? I suppose I do need to explain how you factor into all of this. To put it simply, you were a necessary component because of your position in the meta layers. Starting at the beginning, we have Storyteller trying to use the fourth dimension to generate data for the TiVo client. She programs the in-universe game Vivid Stasis and attempts to send it to the fourth dimension, where she establishes contact with someone who helps her release it. But when you think of how the meta layers are structured, something doesn't add up. Let's start at the meta layer that Storyteller resides in. It's the simulated layer created by the Duskbreaker. Then, would its fourth dimension be the real world that Saturday originally came from? Not quite. Remember, the simulated meta layer isn't a real meta layer. It's part of the meta layer that is the world axis. So, what's the meta layer higher than the world axis? Well, that would be the outpost, where the observers like myself reside. I don't think I have to explain that there aren't enough people in that meta layer to generate the sufficient data for Storyteller's operation. There were only ever, at maximum, 6. This is where I come in. Watching the situation unfold from the outpost, I realized that exterior intervention, that is, intervention from power outside the entire world axis itself, would be needed. So I set up a plan to suspend myself inside a computer program that would be able to reach your world, wherein I could pass the program to the fourth dimension, that being you. With this setup, I was able to do a few very specific things, the most important of those being seizing control of the Duskbreaker's 1028 AI. The 6 observers. That's us. Well, us being the ones who are closest to the void transistor when it caused the cross-splitting. Observer 1 is, as you know, myself. Observer 2 is Sakura Nichibotsu's kid, Kanchi. Well, the original world Kanchi, not the Kanchi that's been traveling all over the world axis trying to save her sisters.
It's high noon.
Observer 3 is, well, was Satsuki Tasogare. He isn't with us anymore.
Wait, what? Did he die? I thought he was just imprisoned.
Which Satsuki are you talking about?
You're
Just
the
keep
worst.
going. He tried to intervene with a world axis counterpart of his, and that inadvertently led the Duskbreaker's creation and, well, everything you've just finished reading. Do you remember that one file in the sewers where Satsuki was acting all crazy and being like, I have seen the fourth dimension, I have seen everything, I know what I need, what she needs?
I think so.
Yeah, those were the 2 Satsukis meeting.
Hmm.
3's entire form was broken during the event. He's not coming back. Observer 4. To be honest, I don't know much about her. Her name is Ivy Setonabu. She was a prosecutor that Yoko hired to cover the whole void transistor situation legally. I don't know why she was there during the cross-splitting, or why she's supposedly trying to destroy worlds inside the world axis now. I'm sorry. It's been a few days. She was the one mentioned in Tori's logs.
Oh, okay.
Observer 5 is Sakura Nichibotsu, the person who originally had the idea for the Void Transistor. If you read the documents Yoko sent to your world, you know that she tried to stop Yoko, and was caught up in the blast that destroyed the original world. Those documents are hidden on the Shrine Report XYZ website.
Hmm.
And Observer 6 is Yoko Itai herself. You're already familiar with her, I assume. In her alternate version, Tori Itai. She's the shopkeeper. The 6 of us are, well, I wouldn't say gods, but we reside on a higher plane of existence than the world axis itself.
The video game shopkeeper?
Yes.
Interesting.
Major Xenoblade 1 spoilers for the people who haven't played that game. Just mute the stream for like 10 seconds, if so. But I always envisioned this as being very similar as to what happened when the Xenoblade universe was created in the first game.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Alright, we are back. The outpost is a meta layer that exists above the world axis. Though Saturday interfaces with the fourth dimension many times in her journey, the only way any of that gets to you is through me. People inside the world axis don't have the capability to even know that your world exists under most circumstances. I would prefer not to talk about it beyond what I already have, but I understand your curiosity. As I said earlier, I escaped the church at the age of 14. Following that, I ended up on the run for a long time. The following 4 years were especially difficult. At times, I wondered if it would have been easier for me to remain in that basement. Eventually, though, I did find my footing. Being passed around a lot of temporary homes, I was eventually adopted by an elderly couple. They were like a true mother and father to me. They treated me as any loving parent would. It was also them that encouraged me to pursue my interest in chemical science as a career choice. So I did. I went to university to study chem. That was how I met Yoko Itai. We were close in age and took the same classes. Throughout the story, there were multiple instances of something that shouldn't be possible. The rocking horse, for example, or the Unity Nexus changing shape from Chio's original design. Saturday and her friends assumed it to be the work of 1028, a polymorphic AI that the Duskbreaker uses to adapt the changes in the situation. And that is technically true, but... I'll be honest, for the entire time Saturday was inside the Duskbreaker, 1028 was not acting as an AI at all. I had fully seized control over it, and, using its administrative access, would act as the mediator that would allow impossible but required things to happen. I couldn't intervene directly, or else I'd be shattered like Duskbreaker or like Observer 3 was, so I had to get creative and pretend to be a process of the Duskbreaker itself. I mean, really think about it. AI can't do that. AI can barely generate an image of a sign that has a coherent word on it. Immediately after Setsuki's observer counterpart was shattered, I began charging up energy. After about a week, I was able to suspend my soul in a sort of frozen time. I separated my consciousness from my body and was able to communicate in an extremely primitive way with someone from the meta layer above the outpost. I'm talking about your meta layer. At this point, it was still 2019, far too early for anything related to the Vivid Stasis operation to ever be a thought in anyone's minds. But having that connection was important. After establishing the connection, my consciousness held onto that link and entered the world in which the Duskbreaker was being created and became the 1028 AI. I did everything I needed to get the 1028 AI in front of Satsuki Tasagare so that he would put it in the Duskbreaker. The connection I established with your world became important, for reasons I'm sure you're now aware of. Fast forwarding a bunch, we end up with the severance of emotion and the eventual idea from Storyteller for TiVo. I didn't know exactly that TiVo was going to be what Storyteller came up with when I established my initial link to your world. But that link was a contingency plan in case something like TiVo eventually became needed, which it did. Like I said before, TiVo was dependent on the meta layer above Saturday's original world being populated with enough people to play Vivid Stasis and generate the data necessary. And that isn't the case for the Outpost. So, I acted as a sort of proxy between Storyteller and your world for the sake of the TiVo specifically. But that mostly applies to TiVo itself and the breaking of Lock S. The rest of it served a different purpose. I could have cut the story you received off entirely after Lock S, but there was one more thing you were needed for. To release me. Before I explain any more, I should explain my appearances in the story before this point. If you've been paying attention to specific things, you've probably pieced this together by now, but I'm the true identity of the second Storyteller. I couldn't intervene in the story as myself without causing a shattering. Given that I was a storyteller in my own right, that's why I used Storyteller's appearance. So, what happened after Lock S was broken? Well, the next major event would be a battle between Saturday and Dawn that lasted over 1 million cycles. You know by now that in reality, those cycles were playing out in parallel rather than in sequence, which is why the story still ended on cycle 8266. But how is that possible? Well, I think most of the credit for this goes to Saturday and Storyteller, and not myself. When Storyteller had successfully been merged into Saturday, Saturday had become aligned with Layer 2. At that time, she had an idea that relied on my help. Even though Saturday didn't know that the 1028 AI was actually a human being at the time, she still knew about the fundamental concept of it. About it being part of the Duskbreaker that was able to modify other parts of the system programming. So, she sent me a request. Temporarily reducing the extent of the simulation processes, she began to multi-thread the simulation, in a way, causing it to run multiple simulations in parallel on the Duskbreaker's many processors, and then returning the data to the main simulation. She mistakenly believed this to be the power of the fourth dimension, and I guess in a way it was, but all of that was actually handled and feasible by the Duskbreaker itself. Same goes for the memory bank. What you played through those sequences was a recollection of my own use of the memory bank when it actually happened. Due to the timescale difference between the sim layer and other meta layers, everything that happened following the breaking of Lock S took place over 11 minutes in real time. Saturday and her friends had already exited the Duskbreaker shortly after midnight on March 9th, 2024. So, I'm sure you're wondering, why did the rest take so long to arrive in your world? Let's make sure we're on the same page here before we continue. The fourth dimension to Saturday refers to intervention from a meta layer higher than her original world. In every situation prior to the breaking of Lock S, this referred to you, player. Through my existence as a proxy, Storyteller's data was able to reach one meta layer higher than she even realized, and Tiva was able to succeed as a result. Following that, I took over the role Storyteller once maintained. From here on out, there was no need for mass amounts of data generated from your world. You saw everything that happened following that through my own eyes. And, on March 9th, 2024, the Duskbreaker was successfully shut down, and Saturday, Allison, and Chio returned to their original world, with Ari and Kotomi being transported to that world by me. From that point forward, there was no reason for any of the story of Vivid Stasis to continue in your meta layer. Yet, it did. You continued to receive parts of this story, which contained recollections of my guidance of Saturday through to the end of her journey. You received Last Hours in June of 2024 and Terminal Journey in December. Plaudite and the endings of Saturday's story were delivered to you in March of 2025. And now, you're seeing this final piece in April. The reason for everything that you saw was for two reasons. The first being, I am a sentimental person. Because I'm so sentimental, I'm going to break the fourth wall and say, "Good night, Air King. I'm really sorry that you can't be here for this, or for the ending. But good night, and thanks for joining the streams."
Good night.
And although the story is fictional to you, if you've come this far especially, this world seems to mean something to you. I remained in the simulated meta layer for a year after the Duskbreaker was shut down. Though nothing remains here, the world does still exist, merely being cut off from the Duskbreaker. The 1028 AI is gone too, meaning all that remains of me is my pure consciousness. That's why I can show myself to you like this. But I'm not in danger. Instead, I am suspended in a state of perpetual eternity. I would be able to reside here forevermore unharmed. So it wasn't a big deal for me to deliver you the rest of the story. And besides, I think it would bring my contact in your world peace to have this story told in full. My author, if you prefer to view it that way. But that brings me to my other reason. You received everything that followed Lock S because you still have one more job to fulfill. With the 1028 AI shut down, in this form I am in, I am nothing. I can think, but think is all I can do. I no longer have the ability to receive data from your world. Only send it. So, for the first time and the last time, I have a request for you. From the final storyteller. Will you return me to the outpost?
Why are there two ends?
Because that was supposed to be the last thing that you read if you just clicked the top every time.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like the end of that chain of dialogue, so you're gonna have like 6 ends or something.
Okay.
The outpost is, well, calling it a location doesn't entirely work. But for the sake of simplicity, it basically is. Inside the outpost is where the minds of the observers were sent after the cross-splitting. Because all 6 of us had our bodies destroyed in the blast that split the world and created the world axis, the only people that exist in the outpost are minds and souls. Despite that, we live our lives as if we were still our bodies, sleeping, eating, drinking, etc. The outpost is basically a large megastructure that accommodates all of that. Although, according to what Yoko wrote in her documents, some parts of it are starting to deteriorate. I suppose I'll have to see it for myself if I'm able to make it back. The world axis, the universal tapestry, the universe of universes. It has many names. It is the universe itself that everything you've been reading takes place in. Although, perhaps it would be more accurate to call it a multiverse, given that it is an interlinked web of over 1,000 different worlds. Imagine a two-dimensional map where each dot is a world, and imagine that map moving forward in a three-dimensional space. That's how the world axis works. Worlds have different outcome values dictated by their horizontal coordinate, but they're all synchronized with their current point in time. The exception to that being the simulated world in the Duskbreaker. Because that world is simulated, its time property is an individual component. Though that world is still tied to the original world. Hold on. Let me see the stream to see what I missed. Because that world is simulated, its time property is an individual component, though that world is still tied to the original world for which it was created. That's why time passes slower in that world. I know it may be hard for you to trust me, given what you read about Yoko, but she was an incredibly kind person to me. I never did get to learn, nor did I want to pry, but she and I had similar religious trauma. Her playing God was not born out of a genuine desire for unwavering control, but fear. She was also extremely dedicated to her craft. There's a reason the cross-splitting of worlds was her doing. She was extremely smart, even to a fault. She was also very emotionally driven. Many times I would have to calm her down from crying in her dorm room. Eventually, she and I ended up falling in love. What followed was nothing but a flurry of intense emotions and compassion. If my adoptive parents taught me to love the world, Yoko taught me to love myself. And in the process, it also made it easier to love her, too. I truly loved. No, I still do. Truly love her. Even though I can't say what will happen to me after my release from this stasis, I want nothing more than to return to the outpost and hold her close to me. Apologize for how long I had to be gone. Did you know that before automobiles, people in certain parts of the world used horses to travel from place to place?
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that. It's not something they teach. Of course, you don't see it often anymore, but that was the general idea. The rocking horse was placed there very early on, after I had the idea for the gate command, as a sort of just-in-case measure. Did you know? The gate was the most intensive and difficult intervention for me to pull off. Through 1028, I had to rewrite entire portions of the Duskbreaker's internal code. That was why the horse was only put there as a backup plan. Since the World Keeper was the original one who created Ultimation, I knew of it from the very beginning, and I couldn't do anything to destroy the code for it. So I had to improvise, and that was how the gate command came about. The idea being a backup plan in case normal methods of transport across Japan weren't feasible to use. I suppose you're asking where they ended up after everything, right? They're fine. I returned them to Layer 3 myself after the story concluded. Information about the Duskbreaker is classified at the highest level in the military, so for now, they're resting in a secret facility. They're not being mistreated, though. In fact, practically the opposite. The military knows they can't harm them because they're too important. The others are doing fine, honestly. It took her, Allison, and Chio a bit to adjust to their original bodies. About a week, I want to say. They're currently under the supervision of the military, though. Unlike Eri and Kotomi, they've been granted the ability to return to society. Saturday is having troubles finding employment, but what else is new? Allison is working at a library. It suits her well, honestly. Chio's punishment for her involvement with the Duskbreaker is currently being decided. She can't exactly be tried in a normal manner, considering how secret everything about the Duskbreaker is. It seems like she'll still be punished, but her sentence won't be too dramatic. So, everyone's getting by. Adjusting, but they'll be okay. The true void is what you call, well, the real void. The void itself and the void as you see it in between space are different, though between space is a part of the void. As explained in the story, the void is the place that exists between worlds and the world axis. It is a formless space that is most accurately represented visually in the story by the true void rifts that Tori allowed you to access. However, there is between space, which uses the void as a sort of memory storage for the Duskbreaker. Because the Duskbreaker uses part of the void to store information, locations and areas in that part of the void are more expressed and visible. However, it is still the void, which means it is still susceptible to discarded information drifting through. The Melody log in the hidden dark room in the archives would be an example. Outcome values are basically a way of measuring how the decisions made in that world's past have changed that world's present. Tori should have already explained this to you in her personal logs and the true void rifts. Ah, Yoko's alternate version. To be honest, I don't know what to think of her. Though she was born from a split off of Yoko's mind, she ended up becoming a very different person. I think she's doing the right thing, though, standing up to Observer Ivy. I suppose she's the only one who can, anyway. I will say, though, her appearance being similar to mine... Yoko, you're such a hopeless romantic. Kanchi is somewhat of an anomaly.
For some reason, she has a country accent despite her siblings.
I know, it's the strangest. No human being should have access like that, or should have an accent like that on this world axis, like she has, unless they're an observer, which she isn't. The observer counterpart of her has no relation to the in-universe version of her. And yet, how? There's a lot that's interesting about her that I'd keep an eye on. Like the fact that she created her own polymorphic void transistor, entirely independent of Sakura and Yoko's original ideas. I do know what led up to her involvement with Vivid Stasis, but it seems like someone else from your world is interested in telling that story. So, I won't spoil the fun. As for where she is now, I can't say. I genuinely don't know. I don't see her anywhere in the world axis, but I don't think she's gone. I suppose I'll have to wait and see. He's still in prison. Saturday visited him once. That was it. And she made it explicitly clear that she would never come back. He seemed to understand that. Actually, he seems to be at peace with a lot of stuff. I wonder how Saturday feels about that.
This is a tough decision.
I know you can do it. Well, this is it. I've fulfilled what I suspended myself here to do, and the simulated world no longer exists. Everyone is happy.
Debatable.
This is a happy ending for everyone, including myself, right? To be honest, I'm scared about what's next for me. For 4 years, this story, this world, is all I've ever known. Will it be okay to move on to whatever comes next? All I want right now is to feel the comfort of familiarity. I want to see my Yoko again. And it's just scary to consider that I might not be able to. Wait, no, I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know if I'm ready for the uncertainty. For the last 4 years, this story has been all that I've known, all that I've understood. And with that came a degree of comfort in knowing what I would have to do every day of my life. What do I do now that that's not the case anymore? Hmm? Say, would you be willing to help me? One last time. If I'm going to face the unknown future, I don't want to have any reservations about it. Or, at least, as few as I can. Help me send all of this off properly. Let's put an end to Vivid Stasis, and be proud of it. Kill all of the doubts left in me, and let's finish this. I love this song so much.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's called Angel Star by Lexicat. It's from the same album as Crimson Dances.
Oh.
It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you.
The clock struck 18. The girl's promises to herself were all empty and broken. Her time was up. But she refused to
But
die.
she refused to die.
Where's that from?
I think it's just... I don't know if it's a particular sample or anything. It's just a part of the song.
Reminds me of like Steven Universe, maybe? I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of Undertale sampling in this song in particular, but there's nothing like that in Undertale. It's more obvious if you see the... I don't know if I'd call it the music video, but if you watch the album. But yeah,
What is that
the song's
from?
incredible.
It's gonna bother me now.
Over. It's finally over. With this, the last bits of memory left for me to reside in have withered away, and now I enter the unknown. It's been a long journey, and it's one I'm not even sure is over yet, at least for me. But I'm not scared to embrace the changes. I see something. Yoko. Is that you? All that remains.
Oh wait, I think it was Mikan from Danganronpa 2.
Maybe.
I think that's what it was. It's not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair. I think that's what it was, yeah.
Do you ever think about how strange it is that anything we imagine can mean something entirely different to someone else? I think about this a lot. How ideas branch from a source and become their own concepts depending on who interprets them. Listen, I know you're in there. I'm not with the church. I have nothing but disdain for their brand of evil. But I get it. You can't trust just anyone, not after everything. Something strange is happening around the city. You've probably heard of it, right? Serenade murders. And just on cue, the church has become active again. And that woman. Really feels like everything is converging on this world. What say the two of us make a deal?
a beautiful morning on the city of Ikebukuro. A lovely stream rushes through the dirty ground of the local shrines. Because it's summer, a beautiful hymn of cicadas can be heard around every corner. A small incline dips down into a modest riverbed. And lying on it...
Hey! Are you okay?
A girl awakens. This is you. More southern.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
Hey, sit up! Are you okay? Did you pass out?
Who are you?
I was just walking by, and I saw you passed out in the riverbed. Do you need help? Should I call emergency?
Well, darling, no.
The girl tried to explain her situation, but nothing came to her mind.
I don't remember nothing.
Okay. Not good. That is not good. And what's with your voice? Can you at least remember your name? Or where you live?
Atoms fire between the nameless girl's brain as she desperately tries to grasp any semblance of an identity.
I don't know where I live, but probably Texas. I think my name is, Conchi.
Hachi. Okay. Last name?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
That's okay. Let's get you out of the riverbed first, okay? You can stay with me for the time being.
Thank you, darling.
My name is Aoi Shinonome. Let's figure out what's going on. Alright?
To be continued. And
Oh, and the game just closes.
But yeah, it's
Alright.
done. There's nothing left.
And that was a good
So,
game.
that was Vivid Stasis. I'm very normal about this game.
So you mentioned.
I don't know if there's any weird narrator shenanigans, so I just did my normal voice, and I came up with an Aoi voice on the on the fly. But we do already have a Conchi voice, for better or for worse. No, just for worse, actually. I thought about it.
You're the worst. Oh man, that game is great.
We are the worst.
We are. Man, that game is great.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think it was worth the wait. You can disagree if you'd like, but...
I feel like we could have just done a YouTube video on it, but it was still really cool.
I was worried for a YouTube video specifically that it would be like autoplay is turned on, so I might not be able to read all the text.
Gotcha, that makes sense. Okay, that's a very valid complaint then. Yeah, then I'm glad we did it this way.
Yeah.
Because autoplay is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, after all this, I think this is going to be the end of our journey. As far as I know, I'm open to playing the sequel. That seems like a lot of fun. And I think the next game Leo and I are going to tackle together should be Misericord. Or Misericorde. I'm not entirely sure of the pronunciation, but I think it's Misericord. And this time, the roles are reversed. I have played Chapter 1 of the game. I have not played Chapter 2 yet. And Chapter 3 is not yet to be released, but that should be the final chapter. And Leo is going in completely blind. So look forward to that, but that should be our next game.
We've gotta stop picking games that are just female voices, by the way. We don't have those.
I don't mind.
Yeah. We did well enough for ourselves, except for, you know...
Conchi.
Yeah.
Alright. See you guys next time.
I don't know if we'll Yeah, I don't know if we'll retcon that before polymorph fight, but I'm fine either way, honestly.
I almost don't want to.
That's fair.
Kind of adds to it.
But even...
Alright, see you guys next time.
Alright, good night everyone, thanks for joining us.
Good night.